we doing? How we doing? Fuck. See how we're doing. Bro, I ain't trying to do that out there. Close this up.
This DLC was not developed by the same people that made every other DLC. This is a new Bandai Namco team trying to create some brand new content for something originally developed by Arc System Works. And the dip in quality is really noticeable. Some animations have less frames than usual, a lot of the moves seem to be recycled from other characters, and fans were very quick to notice all of it. And yet, this DLC not being made by Arc System Works is probably the best thing you could hope for as a Dragon Ball FighterZ fan. Let's talk about it.
You're more than powerful. You're wild.
This video is brought to you by GamerSubs. Today, code GLOKU will give you free shipping everywhere in the world, so if you've ever wanted to try out my favorite drink with zero sugars, carbs, or calories, use code GLOKU for a 10% discount and free shipping today. Arc System Works has been wanting to leave Dragon Ball FighterZ behind for a long time, and reportedly, they have. This is the most widely known rumor, never confirmed by Bandai or Arc System themselves. But I have heard this from many different sources over the years. It's a rumor that has been reported here and there in the press, but details on why are very murky. I've always heard that working with these licensed games is a nightmare. I mean, that's part of why anime games are often lower quality than everything else. And ArcSys not only felt that with Dragon Ball FighterZ, I mean, do you remember when Toei wanted to shut down competitive Dragon Ball back in Season 1? But they also saw what A+ went through with Studio Trigger when making Kill La Kill. A very damning article came out explaining how that relationship was, and yeah, it's a nightmare. But guess what? Studio Trigger isn't the only studio making those kinds of demands. I made a full video on this topic back then. If you want to watch it and get more details on how working with licensed IP is, yeah, I definitely recommend checking it out, but it's not easy. Making a fighting game where everything is controlled by a license holder that doesn't understand fighting games and to whom the game is just a marketing tool for the anime is a nightmare. As an example, UI Goku was too powerful and too popular in the show back when the DLC came out. There was no world in which this character was allowed to be weak in the game. Do you remember how this character came out? He was broken as hell. ArcSys corrected in the opposite way and got a ton of flack for it from the player base. Flack that was probably undeserved because those are the demands of license holders. I'm sure with this game's success, Bandai Namco would love to have ArcSys keep making DLC for this game the same way they continue to put out DLC for Xenoverse and Kakarot and other Dragon Ball games. But the truth is, when you're splitting your money across developers, publishers, and license holders, the budget offered for each DLC character may not be enough for what Arc System needs. I'll add another rumor to this video because why not? When Guilty Gear Strive hit 500,000 copies sold, I remember someone saying that ArcSys had already made more money from that game compared to FighterZ, which was around 8 million copies at that time. When you're the developer and the publisher and you don't have to pay a license holder, you don't need to sell that many copies in order to make why not? When Guilty Gear Strive hits 500,000 copies sold, I remember someone saying that
college students get a Walmart Plus membership for 50% off with free same-day delivery for groceries.
I'll add another rumor to this video because why not? When Guilty Gear Strive hit 500,000 copies sold, I remember someone saying that Arc Sys had already made more money from that game compared to Fighters, which was around 8 million copies at that time. When you're the developer and the publisher and you don't have to pay a license holder, you don't need to sell that many copies in order to make a big profit. I don't have anyone to quote on this. It's 100% a rumor that exists in my head. I don't know where it's from. Do not report this as a fact. But what everyone has told me over the years is that Arc Sys has been out of Fighters for a long time. They don't want to work in this environment anymore, especially with the success of Strive. They don't need to. They can focus on working on the things they own and never work on licensed games again. Unless it's Marvel, baby. Some of you may have seen that tweet though where Arc Sys said, today, April 22nd, 2026, the new DLC Diamond Pack has been added to Dragon Ball FighterZ developed by Arc System Works. Totally shutting down this theory, but if you read the original Japanese, it actually reads more like today, April 22nd, 2026, Arc System Works developed Dragon Ball FighterZ gets a new Diamond Pack DLC. Very different meaning. The game they developed is getting a DLC, but that doesn't mean they made the DLC. We still don't have any confirmation that this is actually Bandai Namco and not Arc System Works, but we do have a lot of evidence pointing in that direction. First of all, Bandai has already been making a lot of stuff for Dragon Ball FighterZ themselves. A lot of the recent balance patches were handled by Bandai Namco.